Hello, everybody. Vince Russo along here with Jeff Lane, and we got some huge breaking news that we wanted to bring to you concerning a new show that's going to be appearing on the YouTube network, our YouTube network, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeff Lane, without giving anything away, because I got to build it up first, how excited are you about this show?
I'm excited. I've been watching this footage for the past week, and it's the anticipation of people's reactions to this has been hard to deal with over this past week. So I'm real excited to finally have others be able to watch it and give their feedback.
Well, Jeff, you didn't know this because I know you were working very hard on the show, editing the show, putting the show together for weeks because I sent you a lot of footage. I didn't want to tell you this because I didn't want to get you stressed out. So I'm telling you for the first time right here now live between you and me. You know, this show almost didn't happen.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
I had to call,
I know why.
I had to call TNA and get permission, bro. I had to get TNA's permission first.
I should have saw that. I saw that coming as soon as you started going.
All right. So once I got TNA's permission, that we can go ahead with the show was okay. We're going ahead with the show. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is the God honest truth. I've been wanting to do this show. This has been on the top of my list forever. This has been at the top of my list since Pyro and Ballyhoo started over 2 years ago. This has been the show that I've always wanted to see in professional wrestling because I am convinced that a show like this would literally draw better numbers than the wrestling show itself. Because my theory has been this. People have known for decades that wrestling is a work. Everybody knows what wrestling is. And they still enjoy it. You know, if done right, you know, we still you still have the you still suspend the disbelief. So if done the right way, it's still a enjoyable genre. But the thing that has always captivated me is the business of the business. How is a wrestling show really put together? What goes on behind the scenes? The drama of professional wrestling. That's what I've always been interested in. I've always wanted to do a show about it. I was always looking for the right company to do it with. It hasn't presented itself, but it has now, ever since I've become the talent development coach at Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy, New Revolution Wrestling. That name's going to be changed soon. I found the company that I could do this show with. So we are premiering a new show tonight, Vince Russo's The Business of the Business, where the camera will be following me around backstage at NRW, and you will see firsthand how a wrestling show is put together. Now, Jeff, I had to send you all the footage. You went through hours of footage to piece this together. Before we even talk about that process, I want to hear your feedback of, the idea, because I've been pitching it to you for a while. But like once you actually saw the footage, what was your feeling about putting this show together?
I think this is very educational and entertaining at the same time for people, because as you go along, even in just this episode, by the end of the episode, I think you're connected to the people you're working with, their stories, who they are. You get all of that in this. So there's kind of you're drawn into their journey. You want to see it where they go. You want to see if they succeed. You're rooting for them to succeed. So you get to see the people behind the characters. You also see where the creativity comes from as far as you're concerned, as far as they're concerned. So there'll be in the first episode, we meet a lot of the cast, not everybody, but they sit down with Vince. They tell him who they are and what they've been doing with their character, which leads into a lot of ideas like straight off your head, which I thought was very cool, because you're coming up with this the first time. You're talking to these people, you're spitballing back and forth, you're talking with the coaches, plans that they had, you're giving advice to these people. There's even, you got a quick look at a promo that a guy did prior to you coming in. You critique him after we see the promo. You have two of the female talents cut promos in front of you. So it's very, I guess it's opening the door. We're going behind the curtain, something you've been, wanting. You talk about all the time on our shows. This is actually it. This is behind the curtain with the writer, the talent, and the coaches. And it's not only entertaining, but it's educational as well for people interested in how that stuff works.
And Jeff, I want to say this too. It's very important that this gets out here. Okay. I could not have shot this show on my own. Listen, I have a guy with a camera following me around at NRW. His name is Kelly Dowdy, and Kelly's great. And he's shooting everything. But Jeff, I would not have been able to do this without a Jeff Lane sitting there going through this footage, editing it, putting it together where it's telling a beautiful story. So Jeff, just go through that process a little, because I want people to really understand the time, that it took you to just put the first episode of this show together, The Business of the Business. And Jeff, I think it was only 37 minutes.
Yeah. So out of over 3 hours of footage that Kelly shot, which I don't know how his arms weren't jello at the end of that. I don't know how he filmed 3 hours holding the camera. So major props to him for that. But out of the 3 hours, the goal was 30 minutes. That's what we wanted for the episode. So I'm watching this because before I can even start cutting, I got to know what I have. So I watched the whole thing from start to finish, the 3 hours. And then I go back through and I start making cuts. Can the episode do without this? Can it do without this? And you keep going down and you keep going down. And then it's kind of, there's story threads that carry throughout. So you also have to be careful when you're cutting footage. If I cut something here that topic is discussed in a clip I left in, that's not going to make sense to the viewer. So I either have to put that other clip back in, or I have to remove the second clip. So you have to make sure that the narrative sticks and you're not bouncing and people aren't missing pieces of information. So after watching it numerous times and cutting it, I got it down to 37 minutes. I got your approval to leave it at 37 minutes. I don't know. I think another 7 minutes cut would have been hard because there's a lot of good stories in there. It was a challenging job just because of the distance, having to get the files from you having to upload the files. I'm in upstate New York, you're in Colorado. So, and that also hampered some of the production qualities. We couldn't have the best looking footage that we wanted because of all the technicalities and stuff. But I don't believe that hurts the story one bit. So basically, it's more of, it's a challenging thing to take 3 hours to try to cut it to 30 because you're cutting, 83% of the show out. Yeah, that's tough.
But Jeff, hold on. I got to give you the old disco timeout here. I got to give you the timeout. Jeff, you have to explain, bro. Before you started working here, with me on the brand, you please explain how you self-taught all your stuff is. I mean, bro, the way you're talking, I'm thinking you went to school for editing. You got a degree in editing. You've been doing editing all your life. Bro, you have to tell the story of everything involving the brand, editing wise and putting, commercials together and shows together and packages together. Bro, that has all been self-taught, and you got to talk about that, bro.
Well, it has, and I'm sure somebody that is skilled and trained properly in editing would probably notice that pretty quick. That, it's, my buddy got me this editing software, and it's something I've always been interested in. But basically, I'm watching YouTube videos. How do you do this with the clip? How do you do this effect? Watching all these YouTube tutorials, just playing around with the software myself, trying to figure things out. The hardest part, I think, for me was to learn, like, if I had a vision, like if I wanted a graphic to do something, or if I wanted some different transition, I had to try to figure out where I could learn how to do that because I hadn't been taught. So I'd have to search, how do I do this? How do I do this? So yeah, I mean, I've never done this before. We started doing this on the Realm Network, and I started editing the videos. So, I'm still learning. I mean, I'm not even close to being good at it.
Yeah.
I can pass by to put a video together right now. So, hopefully in a year I'll be twice as good as I am now. But I mean, I'm sure experts can look at this and say, man, that must be a hack job or something. But I still think it came out pretty good.
I think so too. And again, I want people to understand, Jeff kind of set it up beautifully. This first episode of the business, this is really the meet and greet. Literally, you are meeting these students with me for the very first time. I know nothing about them. I've never met them before. So this is the first time I'm meeting them. Sit down discussion. The very foundation of the show is being built. Now, as this progresses, I think you're going to be seeing a lot more drama behind the scenes, a lot more story being told. I told you, Jeff, this week was my second week on the job at NRW, and a girl was crying. I got a girl to cry, but the second weekend, and that's an accomplishment as far as I'm concerned, and that will be on the video. Not this one; it'll be down the line. But that's what I mean. Second weekend, a girl's crying. You're going to see all the stuff. And Jeff, here's the beautiful thing about this. NRW, New Revolution Wrestling, which I have to say this, and my buddy Matt Yaden knows this. I hate the name, bro. I hate New Revolution Wrestling because it sounds like every other wrestling, and this is not going to be every other wrestling. I believe the plan is on July 30th, we're going to change the name to Rocky Mountain Pro. That's going to be the organization. But my point is, as we're doing the behind the scenes, the business of the business, Jeff, you're going to be able to go to their website and see the shows, see the actual wrestling shows. And I thought that was important, Jeff. I didn't want to put them both on the same channel. I didn't want them to see the business of the business first and then the wrestling show. So you're going to see the behind the scenes footage right here on the brand YouTube. You go to NRW, New Revolution Wrestling YouTube, and you're going to see the actual shows we're talking about and we're working on. This has never been done before, Jeff. I hope we can continue to do this for a very, very long time because I know, bro, it is a lot of work on your end.
No, it's fun. It's absolutely fun. And the cool thing is, once people get to know these people and see the ones that are really talented, and maybe some of these people get chances for the big time, it's going to be cool seeing that development. Like you saw them start here in this school, and maybe one day, they're in the WWE. You never know, but to see that, I think that's pretty cool. But like I said, man, it's fun for me. I think especially the internet wrestling fans that love the behind the scenes stuff, they're going to enjoy this, and they're going to see a whole new side of you too that they haven't seen before. The majority of people that know you that don't watch our shows just know a character you've played on TV. They've never actually seen you do your job. So that's going to be an interesting thing too, is the other side of you people will be able to see.
Now, Jeff, I got to ask you a very serious question. If people want to watch this show for the very first time, our fans, our viewers, and I'm very proud to say, Jeff, as we speak, we're probably over 20,000 YouTube subscribers. I know you've worked very hard on the channel, and I think we're probably just about over 20,000, which I think is great. But people that want to see this, do they have the XTNA permission?
Yes, you must email TNA to see if you're allowed to watch this. Yes, okay. Because you don't want to go behind their back.
You don't want to go behind their back. Jeff, what time, when's this show premiering, bro?
It will be live at russosbrand.com or on our YouTube channel, whichever you prefer. 7:30 Eastern tonight, episode 1 will be available.
Bro, I think we're going to have to, with all the shows on the channel now, this show, I just announced the new Scott Casey Gale talk show. We got the Ugly Guys. I know, our good friend Root TV is going to be throwing a show up here shortly. The YouTube channel grows and grows and grows. Bro, we're going to have some kind of Emmy. We got to have some kind of Emmy at the end of the year. I just want to go head to head with Scott Casey Gale's show.
Yeah.
That's it.
We could have accepted speeches and yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. What now? Today is very important, also, too, Jeff. And I'm going to let you bring this home. Tell them why today is also important.
Well, if you're watching this the day we put this up, it's June 30th. So this is the last day that you can try russosbrand.com VIP for free if you've never signed up before. So what that is, if you if you listen to our Podcast One show Monday through Friday, the VIPs get that show on video and they get it a day earlier. You also get exclusive bonus content, videos that are only in the VIP area, which has a wide variety. We've done bonus scenes, deleted scenes, special footage. We also now do live Monday Night Raw reviews as soon as Raw goes off the air. So about 11:15 Eastern Monday nights every week. Vince and myself review Raw live, and we interact with the brand members in the chat room. They can give us questions, and that's VIP only. And also we have a weekend show, Anything But Freaking Wrestling, where Vince and I discuss pop news for the week, pop culture news for the week, and anything on our mind that's not wrestling related, usually every weekend. So that's also part of the VIP.
Yeah,
just russosbrand.com, click Subscribe Realm Network. You got to do it before July 1st. So today is the last day, June 30th. So click it, add it to cart. You'll see the price change to 0.00. You get your entire first month free, no commitment. You can cancel if you want. If you stick around with us, it's only $2.95 a month, which is like 75 cents a week.
Yeah. And also, we're going to constantly be adding new shows like that. That was the idea all along. Jeff and I love doing a video. Bro, if it were up to me, it would be all video. But I know a lot of people just like the audio of podcasting, and that's why we're on Podcast One. But with all the shows that are going to be developed, there are going to be some that are going to be exclusive to VIP. And the only way you're going to be able to get that is to be a member of the brand. So go to russosbrand.com. Today's the last day. Take advantage of that free month. So tonight, Jeff, the business of the business premieres 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and listen, we like to hear your feedback. If you go to the article, because this will also be posted in an article on russosbrand.com, and there is a comment section in the page. So go to russosbrand.com, click on the business of the business #1, watch the episode, and leave your feedback for us. We love to read it. So we're really excited about this, and I think everybody's going to really enjoy seeing a whole different side of professional wrestling.
Yep. Well, there you have it, everybody. The business of the business premieres tonight, 7:30 Eastern on our YouTube channel. We hope you watch it. We hope you enjoy it, and we can't wait to hear your feedback. Take care, everybody.